Susan Page. In my last video blog, I mentioned going through your spouse's possessions. And I'm going to go a little deeper today on that topic. I cover this topic in chapter 6 in my book, When You Lose Your Spouse, called Practical Ideas. So let's start with your spouse's clothes. Oh my, there's that t-shirt or sweatshirt that he or she wore that you may want to keep. Keep it. You know, if someone is helping you go through your spouse's clothes, make sure that you make the decisions. I'll share a story about one widow that I knew. The children wanted to relieve her of the stress of going through her husband's clothes, so they took it upon themselves to get rid of everything. She was so upset because there was a sweater she wanted to keep. It had a special meaning to her. Of course, her children didn't know that. So make sure that you let your family know what is and isn't off limits relative to helping you. Think about your spouse's clothes, and perhaps there is something you want to keep, at least for a while. Greg used to wear ties years ago, and he probably had 20 to 25 ties. I had our grandson go through them and pick out any that he might want. He took an abstract one and also one of Greg's West Point ties. That was really nice to see that he wanted that. And then I donated the rest of his ties. Greg also wore kind of expensive line of t-shirts, so I made sure our son could pick out the ones that he wanted first. Greg never wore suits anymore, and neither did our children, so I donated all his beautiful suits, some of which were made in Italy, our favorite country to visit. My brothers then took some of Greg's Docker type shoes and a few of his blazers. And I have to be honest, I didn't offer his underwear to anyone though. That was just way too personal. After going through his clothes, I donated the rest, mostly to a veterans organization. His tuxedo though, which he only wore once, I gave to a local church for their store. One widower I met put all his wife's clothing in plastic zip bags, and he stored them in his attic. I asked him why, and he said he just couldn't part with anything. And you know, all this really does is delay the inevitable. If you have trouble giving your spouse's clothes away, think of all the poor people there are in your community. Others can surely use clothing in good shape. So don't be selfish. Donate. Theme 3 in my book is do one thing. So start going through one drawer of your spouse's. The next day, go through another drawer, or perhaps their closet. Yes, you'll probably cry and smell their clothes, but remember that this is working through your grief, theme 2 in my book. You're facing the loss, and you're not going around it and avoiding it. This will help you to eventually move forward. So, what can you give to someone that they might appreciate and help them to remember your spouse? Until next time, I'm Susan Page. Bye.